Good afternoon, everybody. This is Black Hippie Chick. I am coming to you live from my backyard, sitting out in the sun, getting ready to go in there and clean my house. But my house is so dark to where when I just really need to lighten up, I gotta get out of my house. So I come out in my backyard. I've got a beautiful backyard where it's a kind of a mess right now, but it's a nice, big, beautiful green space for one. So I'm able to come out here and reflect in the sun. And I don't use my backyard space enough. And I got on here today to talk about um, my hair. It's like, oh, I'm just, I have to do better with my health, you know? I have to do better. You know, the COVID thing with the anxiety, and I got on two pair of glasses. I developed I developed this cough last year, and it started off with just a little minor cough with a little bit of production of phlegm, discolored. I guess it's from smoking. I don't know. I smoke a lot of weed, but I noticed lately that you know how you just don't feel good in your body. You just feel like you gotta change some shit. I'm there. My body is crying out for me to begging me to take care of it. And and the grace of God has given me an opportunity to do that because of COVID. I don't have no job, and I don't have nowhere to go. I'm quarantining in my house because you know people like me are dying, and it's a scary thought that you could live your whole life and never really gotten a chance to figure out how to live before you're worried about how you're gonna die. And that's just not good. So I'm gonna take this time that I have COVID, and I'm gonna just talk about the things that are important to me, the things that I'm going through while I'm on lockdown, and as a person who deals with anxiety, a very serious case of anxiety, and a whole lot of um, barriers to peace that you can accept along your way throughout your life that become things like addiction. They manifest themselves in those types of ways: addiction or anxiety, depression, eating problems. Sometimes it's skin problems, sometimes it's actual physical disease, sometimes it's mental. Um, but the hardest thing about that is that sometimes you forget that there's a human being, you're a human being experiencing these things because you get so caught up in your issue. Like my issue is my skin. Sometimes I forget that my skin is just, I mean, it's a small part of the overall picture. Yeah, I have a problem with my skin, but I can walk, I can talk, I can drive my car, I could lay my head in my own bed at night, not worry about where I'm gonna sleep or what I'm gonna eat. Um, I have it a lot better than a lot of people, and I know that. So I can't be complaining about my skin and issues like that because some people are like literally in much worse shape. And when you keep doing the whataboutisms, it makes you feel like your situation is just not that important to what's going on in the world, and that's not true. What you have going on is very important. What you have going on is everything because it's you. Nobody else can experience your life and your experience but you. And nobody can explain you to you. You know what's inside you. You know what's inside your heart. You know how you um, best function in the world. And um, ooh, I hope that thing don't bite me. These wasps are these big old red wasps, honey. They are huge. I don't like this wall. I mean, I'd rather be in the sun. Not facing no wall, but well, I don't want the wall in my picture. Hold on, let's try this here. Oh, I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's cool. Coco, what are you doing? This is my puppy, y'all. She's so cute. And this my Coco baby. That's my Coco Bean. That's my baby. So, I had to step out of the house for a minute and come out here and just chillax in the yard, reflect, reflect on things that make me feel at peace, things that I love, like music. I love documentaries. I like a lot of heady shit, but I know also that because I have a tendency to gravitate toward that type of shit, I end up oftentimes feeling like I'm like going toward the dark side. And I find myself literally having to go to the light. I have to remind myself to think and be positive about life every day. I have to remind myself to be appreciative of my good health, my good fortune, and my talents and my abilities. If you don't find something in your life to be grateful for, you're going to find that life seems like a very difficult place to be. If you've got music in your life, if you got the ability to hear music, even if you don't listen to music, you can. You've got ears. If you can hear, imagine all the people that would love to hear music that can't hear. All the people that would love to see a beautiful portrait and you can paint, but you don't. All the people that would love to be able to see a gorgeous sunset, a gorgeous sunrise, but you have all that access to you and you stay in the house. Who am I talking to? So what I'm working on is a mindfulness way of life that involves cleaning. Because one thing I hate is a dirty house, and one thing I also hate to do is clean. So I took that challenge and I'm turning it into a mindfulness exercise because I want to live in a type of house that I want to live in. I want to be the type of woman that I want to be. I want to experience life the way that I want to experience it. And I can't do that when I'm not comfortable in my own living space. The other thing that this is going to really be helpful for is the anxiety. Once I start cleaning mindfully, it'll help me with the anxiety because I won't be able to focus on silliness when I'm trying to figure out how to get that crust out of the corner of that cup. It's a nice distraction. It's a nice way to reprogram your brain to do things that are going to serve your happiness and your peace and minimize the opportunity for an anxiety attack or to feel stressed or whatnot. The thing that helps me in the most immediate is going out in the sun. The thing that I have the hardest time doing, this is how I know that I'm depressed. When I'm depressed, I don't want to get up. I want to just lay around and watch TV all day. I realize that I have a drinking problem. So I'm working on not drinking anymore during this coronavirus thing because instead of me going forward, the drinking sets me back. The other day, I was so sick from drinking that I was throwing up all day, like up until the evening time. And then once the throwing up sick was over with, first thing I wanted to do was drink again. That's a problem. And people are dealing with those types of issues. I had the eating problem, eating disorder. You know, I know what's good for me and I know what I like. Some of the things I like are good for me, but most of the things I like are not good for me. So I have to make a conscious choice to eat things that are good for me and know that, ouch, Coco, stop. Get down. You better stop it. She's talking trash. You better quit. What you doing? You better stop. Your pretty self. She's so pretty. Um, with the eating thing, I'm an emotional eater. I've always been somebody that used food like a drug. And so, because of that, I make sure that I have full meals in my house, like all the time. I got something to eat. But sometimes you just need to fast, you know? Sometimes you just don't need to eat anything at all. What I need to do is rehydrate my body because my skin is so dry. I've let myself get so dehydrated and my skin is just so dry. It's got like, I've got these eczema scars on there, like there. I've got these on my feet, and this one here. It's pretty bad. And it's got something, a part right there, and I don't have a skincare regimen. I don't take care of my skin. And so when I see something wrong with it, I'm like, oh, look what's wrong with my skin, but I don't do anything about it because I haven't really ever cared for myself very much. So as I embark on this COVID journey to this lockdown journal of how I'm trying to get into the mode of taking care of myself and not just letting my life pass by on the calendar and just getting through it, because that's kind of the way I've always lived my life. I've just gotten through it. I never stopped in the moment and allowed myself to really enjoy where I am at the present moment, how I feel, what I need, things that I feel good about, things that I'm good at, I can accomplish. Because my surroundings are always so chaotic. And reason why they say cleanliness is next to godliness is because when you have a clean environment, you have a clear head. When you have a clear head, you're able to hear. And you're able to hear those still small voices. And those are the ones that whisper. The ones that whisper to you. They whisper wisdom. A lot of times they whisper in scripture or poetry or even music or some sort of way that it's going to identify with your spirit. But you have to organize your life first. So this is day one of my trying to get organized and trying to get ahead. Not even trying to make, I'm not going to work. I'm taking back my life. So I'm taking back my life from the hoard that's in my house. I'm taking back my life from the alcohol that has taken me over since this lockdown started. I'm taking back my life from this weight and this obesity and this skin condition and these health concerns that I have. I'm going to face them head on because I'm worth it. I'm going to do the best for myself. And I'd love to take you guys along with me. This is my journey to my video journal of how I returned from the brink. I had a breakdown a couple of years ago that led me to a lot of self-discovery, and I think I'm on the other side of learning how to come out of that. And with all the humility in the world, with grace and mercy, God has kept me. So I'm not saying I'm an expert at anything, but I am saying that if I can do it, so can you. All right, Black Hippie Chick. I'll be back.